Hello grade 10, special shout out to our problem sender who is also my avid follower. This tutorial video is especially made for you and of course to other grade 10 who are having difficulty in this particular topic, the polynomial long division method. Okay, so we have here a polynomial of 4th degree divided by a binomial of 1st degree. Okay, so before natin isolve ito, mag-refresh muna tayo dun sa long division ng numbers nung nasa elementary kayo. Kasi yung process in performing the long numerical division is very similar to the process in polynomial long division. Nag-level up lang ang problem dahil may mga variables involved na. Okay, so i-review natin yung long numerical division. For example, divide 327 divided by 4. So, i-rewrite natin yung division problem natin using the long division bar. Itong dividend mo should be placed inside the long division bar at itong divisor mo should be placed outside your long division bar. Pag na-set up mo na, divide your partial dividend by your divisor. So our partial dividend is 32. Divide by 4. Our partial quotient is 8. So what did we do? We divide. So that's our step 1. What's the next step? The next step is multiply your partial quotient by your divisor. So 8 times 4, 32. We write our product underneath our partial dividend. And then step 3 is subtract. Yan. So 32 minus 32 is 0. And then we bring down the next digit. 7. So step 4 is bring down. Then we repeat the procedure. We divide again, 7 divided by 4, 1. We multiply 1 by 4. And we subtract 7 and 4. Then we find the remainder. So wala na tayong i-bring down, okay? So you keep on repeating the process until you run out of digits. Okay? So pag naibaba mo na lahat, yung leftover dito is actually the remainder. So, since may remainder tayo dito sa binigay kong example, 327 is not actually divisible by 4. That's why there is a remainder. Okay? So, let's follow this process. And this time we have polynomials. Okay, so step 1 is to check whether the powers of your polynomials are arranged in descending order. So, in your dividend, the highest power is 4. Next is 3. Next is 2. Then 1. Then 0. A constant has a power of 0. Okay? So, naka-arrange ang powers ng ating dividend. Check also your divisor. Ang highest power ng first term of your divisor is 1. So, dapat ang susunod is power of 0. So, this is constant. It has a power of 0. Okay? So, wala namang problema sa order ng terms of the given polynomials. So, we can proceed to setting up our problem using the long division bar. So, dividend should be placed inside the long division bar. 7n raised to 4 minus 68n cubed plus 46n squared minus 7n minus 18. Divisors should be placed outside the long division bar and minus 9. So what's our first step? Our first step is to divide. To divide means you divide only the leading terms of the dividend and the divisor. Ano bang leading terms? Ang leading term is the term of the polynomial having the highest power. So, ang leading term natin dito ay 7n raised to 4 because it has the highest power. Ang leading term mo naman sa divisor mo is the n. So, divide only the leading terms. So, divide the leading terms. 7n raised to the 4th power divided by n. Okay, so you're going back to your basic division, your quotient rule. So, loss of exponent, 7n raised to the 4th power divided by n equals 7n cubed. Tapos, i-align mo yung 7n cubed dito sa term ng dividend mo with the same power. So, dito siya dapat naka-align. 7n cubed. Yan so we have 7n to the 4th power divided by n. By quotient law of exponent, divide the coefficients. Ito has an invisible coefficient of 1. 7 divided by 1 is 7. Dividing exponential terms with the same base, copy the common base and subtract their exponents. This is an invisible exponent 1. Subtract the exponents for minus 1 is 3. That's why your partial quotient is 7n cubed. Okay? Next step is to multiply. You multiply your partial quotient by your divisor. So you distribute this to the terms of your divisor. So 7n cubed multiplied by your divisor n minus 9. So that is 7n to the 4th power by product law of exponents. Tapos negative 63n cubed. Okay? Next is we subtract your partial dividend and your product. Going back to the subtraction rule, we proceed to addition and change the sign of the terms in the subtrahend. This is your subtrahend. It's the expression underneath the dividend. Okay, so we have positive term and negative term, so we change it to their opposites. So this becomes negative, this becomes positive. So naging addition na. This cancel out. Negative 68 plus positive 63 is negative 5n cubed. Yeah, so be careful sa subtraction. You're using again your skills in subtracting. So make sure you have mastered the rule in subtracting signed numbers. Kasi dito mo ulit i-apply. Okay, so what's the next step? We bring down the next term. Pag nagbe-bring down ka, isa-isa lang. Hindi mo pwedeng pagsabay-sabayin. So parang sa numerical long division, isa-isa lang. So inuunti-unti mo hanggang sa makarating ka sa last term ng polynomial mo. So we bring down the next term, 46n squared. Repeat the cycle. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Ulit-ulit lang yung cycle until maubos yung terms ng polynomial. Okay, so we go back to division. Remember, we only divide the leading terms. So, dito, sa new dividend natin, ang leading term ay ito. Ito pa rin ang leading term ng divisor. Yan lang ang i-divide mo. Negative 5n cubed divided by n is negative 5n squared. Be careful sa sign. Papasok na naman dito yung counting of negative. Negative divided by positive, you count the number of negative, 1. If the number of negative is odd, the answer must be negative. Multiply. So, negative 5n squared times the whole divisor. So, it's equal to, by distributive property of multiplication, that's equal to negative 5n cubed plus 45n squared. Negative times negative. Count the negative. 1, 2. 2 is even, so the answer is positive. Subtract. Proceed to addition. Change the sign of the terms in the subtrahend. So this becomes positive, this becomes negative. Negative 5n cubed plus positive 5n cubed is 0. 46 plus negative 45 is 1. Then copy the common literal part. So it's n squared. Repeat the cycle. We bring down the next term. Repeat the cycle. Again, leading term divided by leading term. So n squared divided by n is positive n. Multiply n by the divisor n minus 9. It's n squared minus 9n. Subtract. Follow the rule in subtraction. You proceed to addition. Change the sign of the terms in the subtrahend. And so negative 7 plus positive 9 is positive 2n. Bring down the last term of the polynomial in dividend. It's negative 18. Repeat the cycle. Leading term divided by leading term. 2n divided by n is 2. Positive 2. Then multiply positive 2 by your divisor. 2 times n minus 9 is 2n minus 18. Subtract. Proceed to addition and change the sign of the terms in the subtrahend. Yan. So this is the remainder. Since the remainder is 0, that means the divisor is actually a factor of this polynomial. Okay? So our quotient is 7n cubed minus 5n squared plus n plus 2. This is the answer. So if we're going to validate if our quotient is correct, ang checking natin ay quotient multiply by your divisor, and this should be equal to your dividend. Dividend ang first polynomial mo, divisor yung second polynomial mo. So let's validate our answer. Our quotient is 7n cubed minus 5n squared plus n plus 2. We multiply by the divisor, n minus 9. So we expand the two polynomials using distributive property of multiplication. So distribute 7n cubed to the binomial. So that's 7n to the fourth power minus 63n cubed. Next, you distribute negative 5n squared to the binomial. So negative 5n cubed plus 45n squared. Next, distribute positive n to the binomial. That's n squared minus 9n. And lastly, you distribute positive 2 to the binomial. So that's 2n minus 18. We simplify by combining like terms. These are like terms. So we have 7n to the fourth power. Negative 63n cubed minus 5n cubed is negative 68n cubed. Positive 45 plus 45n squared plus n squared is positive 46n squared. Negative 9n plus 2n is negative 7n. Then negative 18. This is equal to your dividend. They're the same. So our answer is validated. Okay? So there will be cases na yung powers ng polynomials mo ay incomplete. So ito kasing sinolve natin, kompleto yung powers. Nag-start sa 4, pababa ng pababa, 3, 2, 1, 0. So there will be cases na magkakaroon ng missing powers. So merong kang gagawin na pag-i-insert ng missing power, i-insert mo yung missing power pero gagamitan mo ng numerical coefficient na 0. Or pag siniset up mo na yung problem using the long division bar, mag-leave ka ng space or gap para dun sa missing power na yon. So magsasolve din tayo ng ganong klaseng polynomial dividend sa ibang video para maintindihan ninyo kung ano yung sinasabi kong missing powers. Okay? So I hope nakatulong ito. If you have questions, use the comment box, or kung Facebook friend kita o kasali ka sa group ko o sa page ko, pwede nyo akong i-message. Gamitin nyo rin yung comment box doon. Okay? So this is all for this problem. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Tutor Marife MCP. Thank you.